Hi guys, welcome back to another deadline stream. Let me know if you can hear me, see me, and stuff like that. Let me open my team as well. There we go, and we have my team up as well. I think. Just let me know if you guys can hear me, see me clearly. There was some glitch with the previous chat. I think it's fine with this one. I think everything should be fine. Hello, hi Varun, hi Mehul, hi Akshar, hi Santosh. Let me know if there's sound or not. I think there should be sound. Should it be loud or less is the only question I think. Hi Shreyas as well. Hi everyone. You'll be able to see the chat right now as well. Yep, there we go. Okay, we have the chat rolling. Finally, I can see everything. Sound and picture are good. Yes, sound is coming. Thank you guys. Hi Obi, I'm good. Everyone's good. Should I take a hit for Gabriel? No, I don't think so. This week is not the week for a hit. I think hold on to. If you have him till now, hold on to him. I don't think you should waste a transfer there. Also because primarily next game week you'll get better options to choose from. So this game week just play him. Again, if you've taken the plunge so far, just take it another game week and just let it go. Jackson is starting, so that's some news. Jackson is starting for sure. How important is Watkins to Jackson? I think it is pretty important. You want to do that move this game week. Jackson is starting. It's kind of a good move to do. Good time to do it as well. So yeah, I think Jackson to Watkins to Jackson. I think it's a good move to go. It's a good on move. Mehulas and Diaz, Guardiol, Udogi, Rico Henry. Pick one. I would pick Guardiol. I think that's the guy I'm very interested in. I think Guardiol is the guy to pick. Salah out for Foden, Mbuemo, Mitoma, Marsh. I would do it for either Mbuemo or Foden, not the other two, but yeah, I would do it for sure. I would sell Salah. Have two free transfers, sell Gabriel. Yes, for free, I would do it. Play two out of Saliba, Jota, and Akanji. I would play Akanji and Saliba, both clean sheet fixtures. Have you made any transfers? Yes, I've made one transfer, which is Watkins out to Jackson. I've made the popular transfer. I have to still make the second transfer, which I'm thinking about right now, which is the Foden transfer. Should I do Rashford to Foden or not? Start Udogi or Henry. I think Udogi is the perfect attacking fixture for him. If you guys have Udogi, it's like a tough call. Udogi versus Estupinian. I think I would start Udogi there. Yeah, maybe take a chance on Bournemouth versus Tottenham. Start Pedro versus Vissa. It's again another 50-50 call. Uh, Personally, I would start Vissa because he's centered to everything from Brentford. If anything that comes out of that game is Vissa. I know Pedro is on penalty duties. Vissa is not, but I'm not 100% confident if Pedro even starts. If Lallana is even matched half fit, he could start that position as well. They could play other players as well. So I'm not sure. He should ideally start. I think Pedro will start. I'm most probably starting him too. But between Vissa and Pedro, I'm slightly biased towards Vissa. Let's see. Give me a second. Let's pull up our bench versus play and let's try to do this tonight. Yes, is there text possible? Let's try to do this. Can you guys see the text? Yes, but it's in white. We'll figure that out. Okay, made it black. Select font, regular. All of this is fine. Yeah. There we have our bench headache. Text. Perfect. Let's start using this as well. Tonight, I think this is pretty much needed with the number of questions. I think, yep, I'll adjust my setup as well. There we go. I think this is good to go. We're good to do the bench headache thing as well. A lot of questions coming in for Shaw as well. Shaw and James replacement. Have Trippier and Estupinian with 0 in the bank. I think if you have Estupinian and if you don't have Chilwell, go there. If you don't have the funds to go Chilwell, probably downgrade to an Udogi, or if you don't want to go that side with the Tottenham defender, probably go Gusto. I think go cheap because you have Trippier, so can't go Botman either. Why aren't people buying Alvarez? Because of his position. I think he's the one who will be sacrificed if there is a sacrifice to be made at all. So that is why I think people are hesitant to buy Alvarez. I still think he's a great buy this game week. He's not the worst, but I think between Jackson and Alvarez, I think Jackson is the guy. So let's just start putting it over here. Bench. let's just put it here. Jackson versus Alvarez. I think you guys will understand when I say Jackson wins, and I think that is. I think this is readable. Is this readable enough? Yes, I think. Let me know if it's readable enough so that we can continue doing this. Yeah. Martinelli Saka to Mbuemo. Not this game week. Absolutely not this game week. This game week is too precious for Arsenal. I think Fulham is a great fixture to have Arsenal players. Play to Auto Jota Saliba Akanji. As Parth, I said that. I think Akanji and Saliba. Any latest news? I think the only news we have is that Nicholas and Chill will start. So I think that's the only news we even care about as of now as managers. So I think that piece of news is enough. And that's the only piece of news we have. I'll keep checking if there's anything else. But looks like it's like an up top 2 for Chelsea. So if that interests you in terms of making your decision, I think it's up top 2 Chelsea. Sterling and Jackson who are starting up front. It's midfield 3 and a back 5. It's like, or maybe a 3-4-3-5-2 sort of a situation. What Chelsea says, he sends his team two free transfers. Should I get Foden in for Bruno or Rashford? 0 in the bank. Foden is a sideways move, so you can get Foden. I'm planning to do the same thing, but again, it's a risky move, so maybe you want to take that chance. You can go ahead with it. The other move, since you don't have Jackson, I think you should go there. I would see Haaland or differential. I think Haaland, hands down. People who are thinking going against Haaland, this is not the game week. Yes, Sheffield could set up very deep and it could be a tough game for City to crack. But again, it's not the game you mess around with Haaland. So I think Haaland is hands down the best one this game week. Play Pedro or Watkins. I would play. I would actually take a chance on Watkins. He looks like the form guy. Aston Villa look better. So Aston look decent, not better than Brighton. But again, I'm not very confident on Pedro because of how the manager has responded to him, how he has been playing, and how deep he gets. Between Watkins and him, I would play Watkins. Colville or Gusto? I think Gusto. Colville, if you have the 0.5, you can go. It's a long-term move, but Gusto, again, you can leave and forget him on the bench at times. Gabriel or Henry, I would start Gabriel there. Take a chance on Gabriel. Playing a back 3, should I play Chilwell and Gusto or Chilwell and Estupinian? I think Estupinian. I would take a chance on Estupinian. I know there could not be a clean sheet. West Ham will most likely score in this game week. I don't see a clean sheet, but the attacking output is too good for Estupinian to ignore. Salah to Foden done. Do I do Pedro to Alvarez / Jackson or roll? I would do that move. To Jackson, 100%. Botman or Guardiola? Guardiola, in my opinion. I think he's the better overall. Saliba or Gusto? Saliba, I think. I have one free transfer left, so yeah, that's there. Gabriel or Udogi? I would take a chance on Gabriel this game. That's actually a very tough one between the two. The sensible move is to keep Gabriel into your team because it's a clean sheet fixture and it looks like it's going to be an easy one for them. But if you want to chase upside points, then Udogi is your guy. There's some League 9 news that people are putting out. Gusto, Silva, Disasi, Colville, Caicedo, Enzo, Gallagher, Sterling, Chilwell, Jackson. Yeah, it looks like the 3-5-2 sort of situation. 2 up top is what I'm expecting as well. I'm on a free hit. Do I play Fernandes / Richarlison, Visa, Alvarez or Jackson? Play Jackson and play Richarlison if you want to. On a free hit, I would do that. Don't have enough to get Jackson unless I downgrade Watkins or Bruno, Rashford, and then get him for Pedro. Is it worth it? I think Watkins to Jackson directly is worth it. And you can hold on to Pedro as your 8th attacker. One free transfer, Mitoma to Mbuemo, Bruno's, Rash, Martinelli or to Foden or roll. I think the sensible thing to do is for Foden roll. I'm not going to be doing the roll move. I will be getting Foden. So technically, the sensible move is to hold on to Bruno, Rashford and Martinelli and take a wise decision next game week. Although if you're chasing points, if you want to chase a haul like I want to and you want to go that side, I think Foden is a good move for Rashford. That's the only person I'm removing from my team. Mitoma to Buemo is a free transfer. I think I would do it for sure. If you don't have Buemo, I would do the Mitoma to Buemo move. If this week or not is the question, but again, I would do it this week. There's nothing wrong with having Buemo in your team this week as well. Henry, Estupinian, who should I buy for Gabriel free transfer? I think Henry, if you're buying right now, Henry, because he's more long term. Estupinian again gets a problem eventually. Salah to Odegaard, Buemo for a -4. Salah might end up leaving Liverpool. I don't think he'll leave Liverpool. I don't think that's happening. But Buemo if you're buying someone. Yes, Mudit, quite late. Does Gusto start for Chelsea? I think he will. Hands down, he will. Mitoma versus March. I think Mitoma. He's still very lively. He looks like the guy. March, I know he played good, but again, Mitoma overall, I think I prefer him. -4 to get Jackson, is it worth the try? Again, it's a very tough question. If it's Watkins for a -4, I would think twice. I would still go for it, but depends. If it's Pedro for a -4, I would do the move because again, it's a huge upgrade from Pedro. Watkins versus Jackson is a bit tough. If I had to sell one between Rashford or Bruno, again, if I had to sell between Rashford and Bruno, I would sell Rashford over Bruno. If I had to. So yeah, that's where I am. If I had to, I would sell Rashford over Bruno. There's more chat coming in. Shaw and Reece James long-term replacements. I think long-term replacements should be City players, which is Guardiola or maybe Trippier. Trippier could be an option, so you can wait for another game week if you have a bench and then go Trippier directly. I think that's a better long-term option. Bench Mitoma for Jackson. I wouldn't. If your midfield looks like the two Arsenal players and two United players plus Mitoma, I would bench Mitoma. But again, you might want to find some ways out there to play Mitoma. Should I do Martinelli, Jota to Foden? Because other than Newcastle, Liverpool has better fixtures than Arsenal. With Jesus coming in, Martinelli might have less chances. I would do first Jota to probably Foden if I was, and hold Martinelli. If you want to, I would hold all together, save this move and do it next game week because you'll have more news, and then Martinelli would have like a tougher fixture. So that I think overall Martinelli to Foden next game week would be better for you. Rashford or Odegaard? I have Bruno, Martinelli, Foden, Buemo. Rashford or Odegaard? If I had to sell one, Odegaard first. But if I have to buy, I wouldn't buy. If I have to play or buy, Rashford, I think. Salah plus Baldock to Odegaard plus Trippier for a -8. I wouldn't do it for a -8. Don't you think Fulham are capable of scoring one odd goal? For an odd goal, obviously everyone can score an odd goal. But do I realistically think Fulham will score? No, I don't think so. My midfield is Martinelli, Foden, Buemo, Bruno. I have 10.5 for the fifth midfielder. Who should I get? Ahan says this is his midfield. I think at 10.5, Rashford is ideally the option you want to get, but maybe Saka. This game week, Saka, I think. Too risky to bench Pedro? No, not too risky. I think if you have the space to play him because he could start West Ham, look decent defensively, not one of the worst teams, but again can obviously Pedro penalty taker in a Brighton team can always help. There's about 15 minutes left. I'm checking for more team news. Is there Sterling stats? So that's also there. Is there more news? Is what I'm trying to figure out. No, I don't think so. There's more news. I think for people who can't afford Foden, I think Alvarez this game week might be just the better one. Just out of my gut feeling, I think Alvarez is the better pick. Shaw replacement is I think go to Guardiola if you want to this game because Maddison going to start. I don't think he'll start for sure. I think he'll come on as a sub because they won't really risk him right away unless it was not an injury. It was just a minor scare. So nobody knows in that case. Who should I bench? Zinchenko or Cash? I think this game week maybe Cash first and then play Zinchenko. Try if he starts. I think that will be better. Watkins sell for Jackson. I would do it. Let's just add that. Maybe you guys can ask questions which I can directly add over here so that people can use it. Yep. What else? What is next? Yeah, don't take hits. I think don't take hits. Correct, Varun. I agree. Don't take hits right away in this game week unless it's very necessary. It's maybe an Archer to an upgrade to a Jackson, and if you've made good moves, maybe think on it. But again, I would think twice, especially Watkins to a Jackson. I would think twice before taking a hit. Are you going to bring Foden? Yes, I will be bringing in Foden. Would you sell Rashford to Foden to get enough funds for Pedro to Jackson move? I would do that because I think it's a decent move. Enzo to Foden or João Pedro to Jackson for a -4. João Pedro to Jackson in my opinion. Start Robertson or Gabriel? That's a tough one. I would start Gabriel, take a chance there. But again, a lot of people believe Gabriel will start this one. I'm not confident, to be honest. Maddison or Foden? If you want to hold, Maddison is a better option, I think. Who are you replacing to get Foden? I'm selling Rashford. So let's just do that as well. Let's do this here. Bring this back. Bring my team back. Uh, and let's make the move. Rashford goes out for me, and I'm bringing in Foden. I know it is kind of a sideway move, but my only logic is so. Uh, I think there could be a chance where Sheffield set up very deep, and that is very likely possible. But even Nottingham will do that. I think I've seen Nottingham play Arsenal, and they were very defensively resilient. I don't think they were giving away chances easily, and they were giving away the goal easily. So both cases could be very deep block against each other. My only reason to have Nottingham priority, like to play Sheffield against Sheffield as a priority over Nottingham, is because the fact I think Nottingham are a better defense. They'll have played the Premier League. Sheffield probably not. They look very leaky overall. So I would prefer having Foden in this game. And again, worst come worst, if Foden doesn't work out, I still have the Fulham game to bank on. So yeah, I'm making that move. Why not Martinelli for Foden next game week? Somewhere else for Rashford. So Martinelli versus Fulham is too good. I know, and Nottingham has just signed Montiel as well. I think Montiel will start at right back. Most likely he will. So again, that adds up a lot of things in general for Nottingham and not to play against them. And again, Rashford, I don't know if he'll hold the weight with Dallo. Will he cut inside more? With Shaw, we know he'll cut inside more. Without Shaw, I'm not very confident. So again, I'm making the transfer, and yeah, that's my second free transfer. So it's for no hit, and we'll put our team together. We'll have Turner out, Pickford in, Foden out, and also I'm doing a bit of a thing where I am benching Buemo for Pedro. Again, I feel this is a huge risk, and I wouldn't recommend people doing it. But it's something that I'm thinking to doing, and I'm doing as of now. The only reason I think it is a viable thing to do is because I feel I'm banking on Crystal Palace to be defensively resilient. Ideally, you shouldn't be doing this stupidity, but I am doing it. So in case you guys want to bank this, you can go ahead. But yeah, I'm benching Buemo for when the crowd is going crazy on Buemo. I'm benching him for Pedro. Yeah, Chilwell and Sterling starting, so I think there's nothing to do. Rashford plus Pedro to Mitoma plus Jackson for my 2-3. Not Mitoma, I think Mbuemo. Mitoma maybe not. Go Eze if you want to. Otherwise, if you have Mbuemo already, but not Mitoma. I don't think it's worth it. Okay, Varun, Sterling and Chilwell start. Yeah, I think Sterling. I think then it looks like a pretty 3-5-2 situation. Why sell Salah? Because he's not been performing. He's not taking enough shots. He's not inside the box a lot. And at that price, I don't think he's worth it without captaincy. There are better options that are emerging at a cheaper price, which could be in the likes of Saka. If you want Rashford, there's Foden that's coming up. Madison's there. Eze is there. So a lot of Bowen could be an option next game week. So a lot of options there. I think would rather have that as an team overall. 9 minutes to go. Do you think it's worth getting Salah to Sterling or Foden to João Pedro to a Jackson for a -4? I think Sterling, I wouldn't risk it. Honestly, he's not that confident as of now. Sterling is pretty much a streaky player, so if you see him scoring goals, you'll probably see him getting back. But again, he's getting the chances, but again, he had 12 or 15 penalty touches and one shot on goal. So you see he's very lack on confidence at the moment. I wouldn't go there. Ferguson is again a 1 game week punt. Don't buy him. This game week is starting. Obviously, Welbeck is fit. He's not injured. So 1 game week in, 1 game week out is too much of an hassle to buy Ferguson. I think it's not worth it. Is benching Buemo for Pedro a good shot? I'm doing that. I don't know if it's a good shot, but it's definitely not a bad shot. So I don't think it's the worst thing to do in life because you're taking a penalty taker for a penalty taker, so that evens it out. And I think Brighton are much more attacking and playing against a weaker defense. Start Estupinian and Udogi. It's generally a 50-50. I think Udogi could be the better one here. Both have decent attacking potential. Udogi has more clean sheet odds. Best Rashford replacement if you already have Foden. I think hold. In that case, hold. I think Gabriel starts at the back this week. I am not confident on that. Replacement for Gabriel, go a City defender. I think go Guardiola or Akanji. If you can't, I think hold on to it. And then next game we go to a Newcastle defender, be it Botman or Trippier. Chilwell as a differential captain. Suggest differential captains because I feel Haaland would be blocked off by Sheffield this game. If you think that way, I think I would put my money on Jackson or not Chilwell, but Jackson. I think Jackson more on the line with the money. Yeah. Salah out and Foden. In Archer out and Jackson in, I would do it, 100%. Shaw and Reece James to Guardiola and Chilwell, I would do it. I think that's a good sideways transfer. Chilwell, Foden and Pedro, or Chilwell, Buemo and Alvarez for a -4. Chilwell, Foden and Pedro seems like a decent free transfer if you're getting it. Bench one out of Estupinian, Saliba, Akanji and Jota. If I have to bench one again, I would bench out of the lot. I would bench Estupinian and take a chance. Who to bench between Jota and Madison? That's a tough one. Ideally, I would take a chance on Madison. If he starts, he has the better fixture on paper. Jota most likely not. I don't know if Jota starts or not. So Madison, I will start Madison, bench Jota there. Pedro or Buemo to start. I think ideally you guys should start Buemo. I think that's the sensible thing to do, especially if you're chasing rank. Although if you want to back Pedro, there's nothing wrong with it. I am backing Pedro only because I think Crystal is a good defense. Do you think Bruno Fernandes will perform this game week? Again, I hope he does. He'll play much more attacking as a second striker with Eriksen behind him and without Mount. So it should help his performance overall. And he'll be on set pieces. I think I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a Bruno assist and a Casemiro / Varane goal this game week. Play Eze or Pedro. I think this between the two, I would play Eze. Would you go without Jackson? No, I would not go without Jackson. It's not about trusting the early fixture. I would not trust the early fixture for captaincy, but again, I would not go without Jackson. He looks like genuine threat. I think everything is catered to him at the moment. And Luton are just too bad. Eze or Vissa for the bench. I think if I had to bench one, Eze would be on my bench and not Vissa. Vissa again, I really back Vissa. I think he has like a couple of holes in him, so I would back him. Views on Bailey. I think wait and watch for the Villa guys for now. I think let Europe kick in and then let's see how they rotate and play players. Ederson, yeah, if you have him hold, obviously. Would you rec Rash to Foden? Again, I've done it. I'm doing it. But would I recommend it to everyone? I'm not sure. Watkins out for Alvarez. I would Watkins out for Alvarez is a tough one, but I would do it. Actually, I would still chase the Hall and go Watkins to Alvarez. Play Vissa or Buemo. I would, if I have both, I would play Vissa. I still back Vissa more. Watkins, I mean, you can clearly see I've benched Buemo, so I back Vissa for sure in that situation. I'm backing Pedro over Buemo as well. Jackson for Watkins or save the transfer. I would do Jackson to Watkins, hands down. Who do you prioritize? Chilwell or Nicholas Jackson? I would prioritize Chilwell. Hands down Chilwell. Clean sheet or good clean sheet odds. Is playing left winger essentially, so I would do that. Yeah, if you have two transfers and nothing to do about the second transfer, consider saving it. I think that's a good option, especially rather than jumping on Foden. That's a pure punt over there. Scared to remove Watkins, but that's the only way I can get Jackson. Yeah, I think it's worth it because you're comparing a good player again to Jackson, who's decent numbers and decent fixtures coming ahead. Even if Watkins takes, I think Jackson could take it as well, and I think Jackson is better overall in the next 3 fixtures than Watkins. Hence, I think it's a good move to make. Okay, before we reach almost the end of the stream, there are about 3 minutes left to deadline. I just tell you guys my team. My final team is Pickford in goal. There's Estupinian, Chilwell and Saliba in defense. I have Foden, Martinelli, Bruno Fernandes, Saka in the midfield, João Pedro, Jackson and Haaland as my captain in attack, and I have first bench as Mbuemo. Surprisingly, but yeah, I have first bench Mbuemo. That's how I'm lining up. Yep, and with a lot of questions. Do hit the like button if you're answering your questions as well. Jackson for a -4 again depends. If it's for Watkins, I would not do it. Gabriel to Udogi. If you have the free transfer, do it and play Udogi. I would do it. Start Chilwell or Saliba. I think Chilwell. Hands down this game, Chilwell. Vice captain Saka, Rash, anybody. I think Saka is a decent vice captain. Gusto starting, Gusto is starting. I think Gusto, Chilwell, Sterling, and Jackson all are starting. I think it's a very set lineup. It's not nothing much changes. I think Caicedo comes in for Mudryk. That's it. Why benching Buemo? I'm backing Crystal Palace as a defense, and I think Pedro could do good in versus West Ham. So just 4.5 and 4 million replacements for Chukwuemeka and Baldock respectively. Baldock I think hold. Gusto is an alternative. You can go there. For Chukwuemeka, I think hold for now. Sarr is an option that is emerging from Spurs. If you want to do it this game, you can go there. Whom to start, Maddison or Pedro? That's a tough one. I would still start Maddison back end because I think Maddison won't start this game week. But again, it's too much of a risk to not play him against Bournemouth. So I would take the chances there. Guardiola or Estupinian? I think Guardiola. I would start Guardiola. Clean sheet odds are better there. Maddison and Pedro bench. Usula to Jackson. I think Usula to Jackson is probably I'll do. And between Madison and Pedro, I would bench Pedro again. Because I know Madison would not start. Maybe he doesn't start. He comes on for 30. Against Bournemouth, you have to take a chance when Tottenham are playing that attacking. How much balance is left on my bank? I think I have a decent amount of funds. I will have to figure that out. I have 2.4 in the bank, which is decent. So I have enough to get Trippier in. Last minutes, Walker I would avoid. Do you consider replacing your goalkeepers? No, I'll just keep it till wildcard for now. How important is the Rashford to Foden? I don't think it's important at all. It's just a pure punt. If you're not willing to take it, don't take it. I think Rashford has a great game week this week. Replace Saka if yes with whom? I don't think so. Not this game week. Next game week we will figure out. Usula to Jackson for a -4. Bench #1 Pedro and 2 Madison 3 cover. Is this one? I think do it. Get Jackson and put Madison into 11 or at least first bench. I have Udogi, Estupin and Saliba, Gusto, Akanji who to play. Out of the lot, I would play Akanji, I would play Saliba and Udogi. Those are the actually Akanji, Gusto and then Saliba. Those are the three I'll play. I'll bench Udogi and Estupin in this one. That's a pretty tough one to choose from. Welbeck for a -4, I wouldn't do it. There is news that Welbeck won't be starting. There could be Ferguson starting. So like why risk that? About 30 odd seconds left. Start Johnston or Turner. Johnston, hands down Johnston. Yep, it's almost done. I think it's it is deadline. Should we double up on Brighton assets? No, I don't think so. The fixtures turn around very quick for Brighton. This game week they look good, but next game week it turns out very quick. So don't double up, I think. Chelsea might play 4-2-3-1. I think I'm expecting a 3-5 or a 5-3-2 sort of a thing, or 3-5-2 is what I'm expecting ideally. Let's see. I don't think they'll play a back 4. We'll tuck in and we'll play a back 3 mostly. Replace Salah with anybody at this point, but yeah, it is deadline, guys. I hope most of you guys made your moves. Salah sub for whom? Foden I think would have been a good option, or Mbuemo. Before you guys leave the stream, please hit the like button before you leave, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to the channel, guys, and hit the bell icon. Got in Jackson for Watkins, save my second free transfer. Hopefully it works out. Yeah, hopefully for everyone's praying for Jackson tonight. If Sterling does something, Jackson will most likely be involved. I honestly trust you most among FPL peeps. I follow. Thank you, Mudit. Watkins to Jackson and Rashford to Foden. I made the 2 moves. Yeah, I made the same 2 moves. I'm going backing Foden. I think Alvarez will be the guy who will do more than Jackson this game. And if I have to predict, I think Alvarez outscores Jackson. And I wanted Alvarez, but I'm 0.1 short. So I had planned Watkins to Jackson and Pedro to Alvarez, but I'm 0.1 short. I think Alvarez rose in price a couple of days ago. So it's priced out. I took Foden as a punt. Benched Estupinian. Nothing wrong. I think Estupinian won't keep a clean sheet this game. I would be very surprised if they keep a clean sheet. If I had to bench between Udogi, Pedro or Madison, between the 3, I would bench Pedro. I think I'll start Madison. Udogi again takes up the defensive spot. On that note, we'll wrap it up. Thank you guys again. It was really fun on the live stream. And we'll obviously do the review on Sunday. So we'll see you guys there. And hit the bell icon, guys. Sometimes we forget to schedule the stream, so you'll be notified as soon as we go live for the review and game week previews. This is FPL Def signing off, guys. Cheers.